do, beloveds? Welcome to Variety Conversation. I am Lady Walker. Got to tell you like it is. This information just made its way to my attention. A white Louisiana State Trooper Chris Hollingsworth died in a single car crash. Nothing new about having a car crash and dying from it, right? Well, here's the irony of the situation. Hours after Trooper Chris Hollingsworth was told that he would be fired from his role in the death of 49-year-old Ronald Green, a black man, that happened on May the 10th, 2019. Ironically, Hollingsworth was in a single car crash which took his life. Speculation is that he ran his personal car off the road to avoid accountability. On Tuesday, September the 29th, 2020, he was buried secretly and with honors. Wait a minute, buried with honors? Yes, okay. White supremacy honors. He did the work he was supposed to do as a member of the white supremacy. He killed the black man, and that will get him high honors. Talk about an offspring of Satan. Anyway, Green was taken into custody by troopers following a high-speed chase and died while he was in police custody after he struggled with troopers. Green's family said that he had been brutalized and stunned 3 times. Hollingsworth was one of 6 troopers placed on leave in the early month of September. According to a 27-second audio clip, Hollingsworth is heard saying in his part of the conversation to a colleague describing the beating and choking of a black man, "I beat the ever-living fruck out of him." Side note, I borrowed the word fruck from Larry Reed of the Larry Reed Live show right here on YouTube. And the conversation says, then choked him and everything else trying to get him under control. We finally got him in handcuffs when a third man got there. And the son of Itch, well, you can fill in the missing letter there, was still fighting. And they were still wrestling with him, trying to hold him down. He was spitting blood everywhere. Then all of a sudden, he just went limp. By the way, state police did not dispute the tape's authenticity. Beloved, there are so many of these atrocities happening across the United States. Some of them come to the light and some stay in the dark, and the truth is never exposed, but can only be speculated and assumed with uncertainty. The troopers initially blamed the injuries that Green sustained from a car crash at the end of a chase. How about that for a convenient lie for the officers to cover up their heinous debauchery, knowing that they would be believed without questioning? Now, this case, over a year old, has become the subject of a federal civil rights investigation and calls for the authorities to release the full body cam video. As I have said before, and will continue to sing this song like a canary whenever the needs call for it, everybody occupying a position of power is not always on the up and up, and you just can't believe everything they do and say. Listen, I understand the black on black crime and the killings that take place in the black community, but don't forget that there is such a thing as white on white crime, which is not given much media attention as black crimes. And needless to say, there are every other race where they kill amongst their own. Nevertheless, that doesn't excuse, pardon, or make it right when a police officer or police officers take it upon themselves to kill a black person when it's not warranted. There is such a thing as racial injustice and police brutality, but many people believe it's blown out of proportion and not as bad as people say it is. Well, it's your prerogative to believe that lie, but it doesn't eradicate the truth that racial injustice and police brutality are prevalent and running amok in the good old USA. Initially, Green's family was told that the 49-year-old died from injuries suffered in a crash into a tree at the end of a long car chase near Monroe that began over an unspecified traffic violation. Green's family has filed a federal wrongful death suit, and according to the lawsuit, an autopsy found multiple signs of recent trauma, blunt force injuries to the head and face, facial lacerations, facial abrasions, facial contusions, scalp lacerations, blunt force injuries to the extremities, and abrasions and contusions over the left and right knees. The autopsy also showed Green had neither drugs nor alcohol in his system, though authorities had initially said he was intoxicated at the time of his death. Just bear in mind that the trooper said he beat the ever-living fruck out of Green, and that included choking. Also, the families disputed the car crash narrative by releasing graphic photos of Green's body that appeared to show deep bruises on his face and cuts on his scalp, as well as photos of the SUV he was driving, showing it with only minor damage. According to the family's lawyers, one officer told Green's mother he was killed immediately after striking a tree. The call for paramedics concealed the fact that force had been used on Green, and the sole police report on the incident does not indicate what officers did. An emergency room doctor at Glenwood confirmed the deception, the suit alleges. Governor John Bel Edwards told reporters last week that footage of Green's arrest would be made public at the conclusion of the state and federal investigations. Well, peeps, until then, we will see what becomes of this case, even though Trooper Coward Chris Hollingsworth took the easy way out when it comes to facing his situation. Anyway, beloved, feel free to share your perspective on the situation. And in the meantime, y'all come back to visit me when you can. Okie doke. Ta-ta.